awesome people, and welcome back to another episode from the opening chatters. Today we're going to be giving you some more cricket news, and if you enjoy the content, don't forget to smash that subscribe button over here somewhere, and then also leave a like on the video because, you know, why not? And let's jump right into it. So, Dad, let's take it away with the first story.
Thanks, Johnny. Good. Hello, everyone. Good to be back with you this week. And thank goodness some cricket stories have started to come in.
Yeah. The story well dried up last week.
Yeah, last week was a lean week. That's why we went through our best ODI team. If you missed that, you can catch that on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, do you mind stop blurring out? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is it better? Do you look better blurred or not blurred?
Yeah, blurred. So what's kicking off this week? Our main story of the week is the news that the ECB are confident that they're going to get in a full international season between July and September. And this will involve 3 tests against the West Indies, 3 one-day internationals against Ireland, 3 tests and 3 T20s against Pakistan, 3 T20s and 3 one-days against Australia. So the ECB have been planning the return of cricket for quite a while, more than 2 months actually. And as you can imagine, it must be quite complex because it's not exactly a 90-minute football game. They've got to plan over 5 days. And as I'm sure some of you have heard before, they are talking about these biosecure environments where the hotel is integrated into the cricket ground. And as a result, the 3 tests against the West Indies will be played in Southampton, the first test, and then the second and third tests will be in Manchester. Luckily, up north, they'll get 2 tests in a row. At least we'll be seeing some cricket.
What are those Northerners getting all the test matches? This is inequality. I'm going to be writing a letter to Her Majesty's government.
So if we have a look, we can have a look here at the fixtures. So these were confirmed by ECB earlier, where we have 3 tests starting on the 8th of July, which is probably 4 to 5 weeks away at the most.
Okay.
And that will be good news to have some cricket back on the TV.
Absolutely. Exciting times.
So Old Trafford and Southampton have been set as the grounds where they will play these games, and Edgbaston will be used as a training venue. It's not going to come cheap though. The West Indies have to come on a charter flight, and they should be arriving here on the 9th of June, which is next week, and they'll go into quarantine in the Old Trafford Hotel, but they'll still be allowed to train during that period. And apparently their charter flight is costing somewhere around £450,000.
Are they all going to quarantine together, or are they going to have to individually quarantine?
No, they'll all be together in the hotel.
No, it's not too bad then. So they've just booked out the whole hotel just for the... Well, I guess there's no one else staying there.
So there's been some criteria around which grounds can be used, and the venues were asked to demonstrate whether they can create biosecure environments. And what does that actually include? So biosecurity is a venue perimeter access control, hotel accommodation on-site or nearby. Then they'll have medical screening and testing provision, designated areas for isolation of anyone presenting symptoms, and medical screening and testing will be on site. The other thing they looked at was the number of suitable TV pitches that they could use for test match. So obviously a number of grounds have many pitches, but not all are suitable for TV replay. And seeing as there's going to be no crowds, TV will be an important thing. The other thing they looked at was indoor and outdoor practice facilities and the ability to play warm-up matches. So how the players going to be kept safe? So everyone will be tested for COVID-19 before entering the bubble and receive temperature tests at least once a day.
The cricket bubble sounds like a place I want to be.
Anyone testing positive or suffering symptoms will be isolated, and we are expecting that COVID-19 subs will be allowed in the test matches.
What exactly does that mean?
Well, that's where a bit of a grey area because I haven't seen too much information on how that will happen. But I'm presuming if someone gets symptoms, they'll be taken out of the game and replaced, just like they did with Australians last year.
I'm not too sure, but I'm not sure the Australians had COVID-19 last year.
But they managed to have a substitute somehow.
Labashane. Those Aussies always bending the rules.
So, there's been some question raised about why they're bothering to do it this year because it's we're halfway through the season. The fact of the matter is that the ECB are going to lose money this year. Some say up to £100 million.
Ouch.
But without these international matches and the TV revenue that they get from it, they'd probably lose closer to £400,000. So it's worth it for them to do it. County cricket, we still don't know what's going to happen. It's on hold for now. 1st of August, the earliest date we've heard, but nothing confirmed at the moment.
Okay. Well, let's hope. Fingers crossed.
But if you think about it, cricket is a socially distant sport anyway. I mean, when are you ever within 2 meters of another person except if you're in the slips, I guess?
I don't think that's the problem. I think more of the problem is everyone touching the ball and passing it on to each other.
Well, as long as they've all been tested and they're all good, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Unless they have a separate ball for each player. Just all have one in their pockets.
I'm sure they'll have a stringent testing regime and everything will be good.
Okay.
I don't know if many of you heard, but the first cricket game of the summer actually happened last weekend in Guernsey.
Yes, I saw that.
And it was a match between 22 islanders.
I saw it got like 82,000 YouTube views or something.
Correct. They had 0 people in the crowd, but 82,000 viewers on YouTube.
If we could get 82,000 views on this video, guys, that would be great. So share away with all your friends. Loving the content, I hope.
They say this isn't a good example of the thirst for traditional summer sport. So that's the main story of the week. What do you think? You got any comments for us? Or
I'm just super chuffed that cricket's going to be wandering its way back into life. You know, life without cricket is like cheese without milk. It's just not right.
What stories do you have?
Oh, well, my first story is to do with our favourite paceman, Jimmy Anderson. He believes that the coronavirus lockdown, which has forced him into a break from his career, will help to prolong his career. He has said, and I quote, "It could just add on a year or two," and that he is still hungry. He's only bowled 74 overs since August after being injured in the over the New Zealand and South Africa series in the winter. You know, I think it's good for England, but what are your thoughts?
Or has he been training hard? Getting stronger?
He's been training hard. I know you've had your reservations over the years. Well, not over the years, recently about his age, etc.
Look, he's getting older, and as you get older, you get niggles.
He's turning 38 in July. Oh, he's almost as young as you, Dad.
But, I mean, there's no doubt about it that he's a good bowler.
He is good, but he's the best one we've got at the moment.
The problem is when you start getting those little niggles that keep coming back and you can play 1 or 2 tests in a 5-test series, then it becomes a bit of an issue.
I still think if he only plays 1 or 2 tests, it'll be worth it because he's that good, especially in English conditions.
Okay, but then we're losing consistency, right?
Sports
the best test team is a consistent one.
That not necessarily. If you can have that quality in your team, he's the king of swing. He's called that for a reason. You know, like as you get older, the problem comes when you're like a really fast bowler, you start losing your pace. But we all know that pace is never Jimmy's forte. It's his skill, and you don't lose skill very easily.
I have to say, in England, he should be in the team. On overseas tours, they should be selective about which ones he goes to.
It depends where. Like maybe in where you get those really flat decks in Australia, it's not a great idea.
Yeah, but also the one that would have happened this year to Sri Lanka, I doubt it would have been any use putting him in the team for those tests.
I don't think he would have gone anyway, because they were going to try a whole load of young players on that tour.
So another couple of years of Jimmy. Do you think he can make it to 40?
Oh, Jimmy Anderson, the king of swing. Get watching our channel, Jimmy. Give us a like. Why don't you give us a shout out on your social media? Yeah. What's the odds that you're watching this right now? I know you are. Yeah.
The whole English team watches this channel.
Oh yeah, sorry. They watch it like as motivation for their game.
This is their place to get the news.
Yeah, I think they put it on just before the match, and we just like pump them up. We send them out to victory.
if they watched last week, they'd know whether they selected or not.
I mean, anyway, the next story is very weird. I saw it today. Liam Plunkett could apparently play for the US. I mean, hold on. Let's have a moment to have really confused faces. Okay. He apparently has an American wife, and he's likely to settle in the US, and he'll have to settle there for 3 years before he can apply to play. But he feels if he was offered the opportunity, he should take it. And he says he's an Englishman through and through, but if he's given the opportunity to play at the highest level, then why shouldn't he take it? And there's also a bit of, he's a bit unhappy with how he was treated, because after the World Cup, he sort of got sidelined by England, and they didn't take him on tour last winter, and he's just feeling a bit left out. And we have a soft spot for him in our hearts, don't we? Because he's a Surrey boy.
Of course, he's a great cricketer.
Absolutely. He played for Surrey when he won the World Cup. I don't care where he played before that. That makes him a Surrey boy.
I think one of the other issues was that he didn't get selected in the 55-man squad to go to training.
He's a good player. I do get it though, because he's getting on, and we need to give some of the younger players the go. But he was more concerned with how the way. No one told him. They just sort of left him out and didn't say anything to him. He would have preferred a face-to-face conversation about it.
Yeah, apparently he found out on Twitter, and they phoned him after that.
Yeah, he says he was angry, but now he just wishes the best for the England team, like we all do.
But if he goes over there and starts playing local cricket league, I know he's done. Or he's planning on getting some coaching qualifications, and he could be a real asset to a team like America, who I think they got one-day international status last year.
Yeah, they did.
So he'll be able to, if not play in a couple of years, he'll at least be able to coach and pass on a lot of his experience.
Yeah, but a little part of me will be sad, because he's we can't be letting our English boys go and represent other countries. It sort of dilutes their specialness.
Well, anyway, if you can help some new exciting talent to come out of the US, that's a good thing, isn't it? Until they beat England, then it won't be good.
Leave your comments down below what you think. I'm a bit undecided. I'm a bit taken aback.
That's our news for this week. We like to keep these videos short and sweet. So, but we're always happy when you guys interact with us. So leave your comments. I'm ever hopeful that the news is coming out, more news every day. So next week we'll be back with another summary of our favorite news stories.
As always, don't forget to smash the subscribe button and the like button over there. Yeah, and if you do forget, I will personally come and find you and make you press it, except we have to social distance while I do that, so that could be a bit tricky. But, you know, just do it, okay? Save me a lot of hassle. We'll see you again next week. Bye!
Bye-bye!